Our reporter Ndakwana Ngatane has more.
And so we continue with conversations here at the Africa Investment Forum, and we have seen that there isn't enough women, but one of the most important things that has happened is that there are deals that are now being signed to ensure that more women are integrated into the trade and economics of the continent, and one of the players in those deals is FinDev from Canada. Thank you very much for joining us. Now, if you can just tell us what it is that you have agreed on to ensure that there are more women in the economics and the trade of the continent.
So thank you. Yesterday, FinDev Canada and the African Development Bank signed a memorandum of understanding where we would form a partnership where we would look at helping women's economic empowerment through job creation, through investing in those kinds of transactions where women are present, where we're looking at climate adaptation as well as job creation and those kinds of things. So it's really important for us. We're new to DFI, and so it's a pleasure to be here and meet everyone. And also we followed up from when President Adesina came to our launch in Montreal in September. So he asked us to come, so we did, and we are taking this opportunity to form this partnership with them.
Now, you're already in that space. There are already projects that you've worked on. Tell us about them.
Well, we are the new kid on the block, I'll tell you that. We were formed in January of this year. Our first transaction was the Mkopa transaction in Kenya. It was an off-grid transaction where we saw that there was all these elements of women's economic empowerment, connections, providing people with energy that didn't have that before, as well as creating opportunities in the market. So that's our first transaction. We're working on others. I relocated to Canada to help set up the organization in May. So we're a new all around, but we're very keen. We're looking at innovation, we're looking at women, and we're really, really interested in what's going on here and how we can work together.
But in a practical sense, if women now want to get in touch with you, what do they do? And what should they have, and what areas should they be working in?
Okay. The areas that we're focusing on are agribusiness, green growth, renewables, energy, and financial institutions. So, for example, we can provide equity, debt, guarantees within that space. We're looking at companies that are, the financing instruments that we can provide in the quantum is between 5 and 20 million US. So we're looking for businesses that have a bit of a track record, that have some know-how and expertise in the market. We're also looking for innovation, but at the same time, we're looking for those opportunities where maybe they haven't had access to finance before, but we need to do it in partnerships, and that's why we're working with AFDB and other multilaterals and development banks so that we can help bring those skills and know-how and financing to those that need it.
Now, you talk about access to finance, and it's not just access to finance, it's financial institutions that are run by women.
Yes, absolutely. Because it is a focus of every transaction or everything that we look at has to have women economic empowerment included within that. And that's women in the management, the ownership, beneficiaries, in all these contexts. We have a gender specialist that we brought on board to actually develop this as well, develop a strategy for us, which is going to be central to the investment strategy that we have. So that is an absolute focus, and how can we access that and provide them with those things that they're missing.
Now you have signed, does it mean that it starts now?
Absolutely, the clock's ticking. And just to let you know, in this MOU there are deliverables. We look forward to, over the coming months and years, to actually providing those kinds of transactions and signing them with the AFTB in the future.
Thank you very much.
Thank you.
Well, there you have it. We're having more and more conversations, but particularly I think today we will be taking a slant towards understanding more about how women can get more involved, but not only women, I think also the youth, because as the leader said, these are the groups that have initially or previously been marginalized and not been allowed or been prevented from even getting into the space of trade and development and economics, not only on the continent but worldwide. Back to you in studio.